What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Adrian The Barber, back at you guys with another video. In this video we're just going to be doing a mid taper with the C-hooks and with the combover. We're going to get right into it with the bald line. And sorry if I sound a little out of it, I'm a little sick right now, but I need to grind this video out and get you guys some content. So I'm putting in that first initial guideline with my Slimline Pros and taking down all that bulk that he has in that area, getting rid of all that beard. All his mustache can get taken off, so you'll see me do that and go over it with the shavers. As you see me doing now, I'm going to grab my magic clips and open them all the way up, and then slowly make our way down from top to bottom, opening and closing that lever to get that line out. This is a very important step in any kind of fade or taper. This will basically, if you get this line out the way you want it to be, it's going to make your taper, your fade look 10 times better, even if the top isn't as perfect as the first two guidelines. The first two guidelines mean like the whole fade. So make sure you guys spend a lot of time and make sure you get that the way you want it to look. So now I grabbed my one guard and I opened it all the way up, and I went up about another inch or so, just trying to get this taper some volume, trying to make it look nice and give it that nice illusion fade. Following that one guard open, we're going to be grabbing our half guard and opening that all the way up, playing the role as a one guard, but it's a little shorter than the actual one, and then I just took that little line out in between. So before I finish that step, I forgot that he had asked for a 4 on the side, so I'm going to go ahead and take down all that bulk on the side of his head to make my job easier, because if I keep fading up and I keep going higher and higher, it's going to make it harder if I have more bulk. But if I just give him what he asked for, which was a 4 on the sides, I get rid of all that bulk and I have a clean fading area. So after I went with that half guard open, right here this is a 1.5 guard, and I went up another inch. Then I'm grabbing my one guard right now and going up about in between that 1.5 and 1. And I just clean that work up. Right here, I'm just cleaning up all that area. I believe this is a 3. I'm just cleaning up all that area, giving it that nice fade. Now you're seeing this taper come together. So right here, this is a 0 guard on my masters, and this is like about a 1 or a 1.5, and I just do all my cleanup work with that. And then I grab my thinning shears and get rid of any dark spots I see with the comb. Like around the ear area, you want to make sure you take out all those long hairs. That way when you do the lineup around the ears, there's no hairs hanging over, and you got to make sure all your work comes out clean. So right here, I'm just getting rid of all that bulk you can see. And then right here, I'm going to be going with the grain, with the hairline area for his comb over. And that was a 2 open. And then now I'm just going to be lining them up, keeping everything natural. His corners need a little pushback, not too much, but I'm just trying to keep it as natural as possible, just to get that sharp 90-degree angle. So right here, you're just going to see me taking off all those hairs on his forehead. I lighten up that C-hook a little bit, and then I just feel like straight razoring that side so you guys can see like half of the finished product. So I'm throwing a new blade on there, of course, getting that blade on that straight razor, and then I'm just gonna be going over getting all those little hairs out, and then making sure that all that works clean. And then I think I line up the C-hook here also, just so I could be able to match it to the other side when I actually do it. Here you'll see me do the C-hook right here. And then that way when I do the other side, I'll have something exactly the way I want it to be. So when I look at the other side, when I'm lining it up, I want to match it up exactly how that side is. So I'll have a perfect image of how I want it to be. So right now I'm just grabbing that 4 again, going all the way to the top, getting rid of all that bulk, since he asked for a 4 on the sides. That way before I do my neck taper, I have all that bulk removed. When you take all the bulk down before you start the taper, you have a cleaner work area, and your work is easier because you're not working into like higher bulk of hair, if that makes sense to you guys. But yeah, so you're gonna see me go all the way around. That way I think I stop right around the ear area, and then when I do the other side of the taper, that's when I finish that 4 all the way around. And then starting this neck taper, I'm gonna be going like a few inches up to around the bottom of the earlobe, and then cleaning up all that area also. And of course I'm going to bald this area out after I finish that first initial guideline. And you'll see me recording right here. I was doing this for an Instagram video, but yeah, I just balded that area out, and then I left a little gap in between. I didn't go all the way up, and that's what I was doing with my Slimline Pros, getting that little line out. Then right here I'm going with the lever open. It's going to be the same steps as the other side, just in the back. This back area is always a little harder to work with than the sides. It's a lot longer. Excuse me. It's a lot longer, and I feel like the hair is a lot thicker in the back. I don't know what it is, but there's a lot more dark spots in the back of a neck taper. So you want to make sure you take your time with the neck taper. It probably takes the longest out of everything. And then right now I'm just going to be opening and closing that lever, trying to get that line out. And you know, like I said, this is the most important step in a fade, is this and this guideline in between these two guidelines. So you got to make sure you take your time with these steps. So here I'm going to be grabbing my one guard and opening it all the way up, going up about another inch, giving myself room to fade this this taper, and then following that one open, it's my half guard again, open and closing it to get that fade out. I'm actually going to be fading one side, finishing that side of the taper, and then I'm going to be moving on to the next side. So you'll see me you'll see me work on the left side, and then I'll go on to the right side. But I'm going to skip the steps that I already do with the voiceover. So here is going to be the 1.5 open, going about ½ inch up on this one. That is high. I'm not trying to go too high with this. And then I'm going to be closing that. And then now I grab the one guard, open it all the way up, and then just working between that. Here I'm just going to be doing some detail work. And then as you've seen, I skipped that step. And then I'm doing the same work again with the one guard open. Or the 1.5 guard open. And then getting rid of all that bulk. Here is a 2 guard. We're going to be going all the way around. This should be the last guard I use because I don't want to go too high. I'm going to be flicking out at the top. And yeah, I'm just going to be flicking out at the top with that. Getting rid of any dark spots I see. I don't want one side to be uneven, so you got to make sure everything's even with your work. And then I'm just be going back down, detailing all my work. Right here is with the 1.5 guard closed. Getting rid of any dark spots I see. And then yeah, you'll see me right here. I'm going to be grabbing, what am I going to grab right here? I'm going to be lining up the side. So when you do these lineups, don't make sure you don't push them back too much. It's really simple. You just follow the line that's there. But some people tend to get carried away and try to make it look too sharp, and they make a whole line, like a whole new line, and when it grows back, you're going to leave like a gap, and all that grow back hair is going to look ugly. So make sure you guys just leave it where that line's at. Just make sure you guys get all those hairs even, straight line, that look nice. And then with my masters, I'll be doing detailing work with the 0 guard, flicking it open, closing the lever up. And then this taper came out really blurry from this angle. You can't see it the best, but when I turn around, you'll be able to see how blurry this next taper really came out. So on this side of the neck taper, since I have explained the side and the back area, I'm really not going to be doing a voiceover. I'll leave the lettering up so you can follow along on what I'm doing. Right here, obviously I'm grabbing the 4 like I said. I'm finishing that 4 all the way around, opening it up into that comb over area. And then now, yeah, you'll see me put in that first initial guideline. And then the rest of this taper is going to be with text on the bottom. So just follow along with that. If you're having a hard time wondering what it is, the text will be there for you. So just follow along. Try to know what I'm doing ahead before the text comes up, so you guys have an idea what you're doing when you're actually doing this haircut. So on the other side of the hairline, you're just going to be matching it up, mirror image of the other side. So right here, I'm going to be starting in the middle, following along. Since I already lined up the right side and straight razored it, I know exactly how it's going to look. So now I'm going to be doing that same exact steps to the other side. So I'm going to be grabbing my liner, starting in the middle, and then just make my way to the left. I'm re-clipping the hair. You want to make sure that you don't excuse me. You want to make sure you don't have any of those long hairs from the comb over in that area, or else you're just going to be cutting that hair, and it's going to be way too short in that long hair area. So I'm going to be going, his corner on his left side is a lot more different than the right side, so I have to push that one back a little tiny bit more, but it's going to be nice and even compared to the other side. Because that one, the way it grows back a lot like more heavy on the left side. So right here I'm getting that 90-degree angle on it, trying to get that nice and looking sharp. You can see how straight this hairline is coming out right now. And then grabbing it from all the angles. You want to make sure that you don't push anybody back. Yes, you can push people back, but it's called a proper pushback when you only go the amount you need to go. You're not trying to recreate anybody's hairline. All you're doing is simply getting rid of the stubble that's grown back, making the line look sharp. There's no need to go back a whole finger length. Or there's people that walk into my chair and then they're looking all bad. Some of them got pushed back a whole finger, and I don't understand how that happens, honestly, because there's no reason to be going back that far. I understand if you go back a little bit, because that's just proper pushback. That's what you need to do with some haircuts, but there's no reason for you to be going and pushing that corner back to make it look sharp. If some hairlines aren't going to be as sharp as others, so don't force it. If somebody doesn't have the proper hairline for it to have a perfect 90-degree angle, you have to realize that you can't just keep going back and back and back. So anyways, right here we're just going to be straight raising the other side, getting that C-hook nice and sharp. And that's basically the finished product. I'll be showing you guys a video at the very end of what this taper came out like. And then if you guys like the video, please make sure to like and subscribe. If you guys want to see more videos like this one, please leave a comment down below. And also by liking the video, it's another heads up to me that you guys like these kind of videos. So have a good one, YouTube. Appreciate you guys for still being here, and I'll see you guys in the next one.